Urwa and Harim, twins from London, weren't thrilled about spending their holiday in a quiet cottage near Salisbury. Their dad needed rest, and their mom wanted to enjoy nature and paint landscapes. When they arrived at the cosy cottage in Stone Cross, they were greeted warmly by their Uncle Stephen and Auntie Barbara. The countryside was beautiful, but Uncle Stephen seemed a bit anxious and spoke of mysteries from an old book he was researching. Mr. Carter, the caretaker of the cottage, warned them about Mrs. Black, a peculiar woman who lived in the village. Later, they met Mrs. Black herself, who appeared friendly but gave off an eerie vibe. Despite this, Urwa and Harim were excited to explore the village and the nearby sites. One day they visited Stonehenge with Uncle Stephen, who became deeply engrossed in studying the ancient stones and the mysterious symbols carved into them. The twins found it fascinating, but couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to the village than met the eye. Their suspicions grew when they returned home one afternoon to find the cottage ransacked. Uncle Stephen's old book, filled with secrets about the area, was missing. It seemed someone was desperate to uncover its mysteries. Things took a more sinister turn when one night, Urwa and Harim discovered Mrs. Black sneaking around Uncle Stephen's study, claiming she had lost her keys. They began to suspect that she might be involved in the theft of the book. Their suspicions deepened further when they spotted Mrs. Black and a local man named Martin Knight meeting in a secretive manner at the Stone Cross. It seemed they were working together and possibly involved in the theft. The situation escalated when Uncle Stephen fell mysteriously ill and was found tied up in his room. It became clear that Martin Knight and Mrs. Black were not just thieves, but part of a criminal group trying to exploit the ancient mysteries of Stonehenge for their own gain. Thankfully, the police arrived in time to arrest Martin Knight and Mrs. Black. It turned out they were part of a larger scheme to exploit the secrets of Stonehenge. Uncle Stephen recovered from his ordeal, but the trauma caused him to lose his recent memories. In the aftermath, the family decided to keep Uncle Stephen's research and the secrets of Stonehenge safe. They agreed not to exploit the ancient mysteries for personal gain, but rather to preserve and respect the history and culture of the area. Relieved that the mystery was finally solved and justice served, the family returned home, looking forward to quieter holidays in the future where they could cherish each other's company without the shadow of intrigue and crime hanging over them.